One of the things about being in a business like SAB or SABMiller as it's called today is that, I think that under the late Graham McCarr and even the guys that followed him, is that one thing about SABMiller is that, SAB, is that the strategy was very, very clearly defined. So there was no mystery about, where Graham in his day wanted to take the business. And so that strategy was very clearly articulated and communicated to the business as a whole. So I think the important thing about strategy is that it's no good if it's just in the minds of the leadership. It's got to be cascaded across the entire business to the lowest possible common denominator. And that's all very good and well. But I think one of the things that a lot of businesses miss, if you will, is the fact that once you've got the strategy outlined or articulated, is that to underpin that with what we called it in Beer Division those days, integrated performance management or just performance management. And performance management, what that really did was it made sure that the strategy came to life. And what that means really is effectively is that you've got to make sure is that across the entire organization, there is some link back to strategy, and the vehicle to do that was a thing called a performance management system. So, everybody had a scorecard, and it wasn't a sophisticated one, but the scorecard in some shape or form related back to strategy. And then not just make sure that you do it, is to go and revisit it on a frequent basis. And so, this is what we set out to do, how we're doing on a 3-month, 6-month cycle. So, you can have clearly articulated strategy. If you don't share it, it's a problem. And if you don't underpin it with performance management, it's even a bigger problem. Strategy at the end of the day was designed and developed by the ExCo. And so, to the extent that you participate in the global strategy, it depended where you were in the organization. But I think what you're required to do, and certainly what we do now in a business like Famous Brands, is articulate the group strategy and then share that with the business units, but say to them, listen, that's where the business intends going in the macro sense is, can you go down into your own little geographic territory now and link that? So show me a business plan that relates back to the corporate strategy. And, but in terms of this whole performance management cycle, what we've done over the years, and it's borrowed from my time at SAB, is you start off the cycle with a very, very robust strategic planning session that happens in November of every year. And simplistically, what I talk about is let's go away and unpack all the moving parts of the business. Let's punish them. It's about, Jim Collins talks about, let's talk about the brutal truths here. So we talk about how do you go and unpack every moving part of the organization, put it back together again, and out of that will come your strategy.